or a bunch of Romans will do it for you,
The
whatever.
Preacher trailer. Oh God. You guys just keep killing my gimmick. Keep killing my gimmick. God damn it.
Hey, that's so funny. It's splitting my sides. Hey, try not to get too hammered.
Speaking of hammered
Christianity.
and Christianity, the Preacher trailer for the AMC? I guess it's gonna be a TV series.
AMC's taking on another comic franchise.
They're taking on another comic franchise.
Which, god damn it, you piece of shit cat! Get off of me! Stop attacking me! Anyway,
there's a mute button, Donovan.
I know there is. I want to hear my blasphemy.
Now, Donovan, you're the comic book geek. Why don't you explain to us like the origin and the storyline of the Preacher comic?
Okay, I was really excited about this, and I'm so bent on this, like mixed in a way, because Preacher is such a good fucking idea for a comic. It's basically about this dude that like gets possessed by this like Genesis type thing, where basically an angel and a demon fuck and then actually have a baby, and it possesses a dude, and so he has like these kind of supernatural powers. And then he meets along the way of his travels other people, and finds out that God kind of just left everything. He just said, fuck it, I don't give a shit about this place anymore, I'm gone. And so then he has to figure out what happened to God and all this different stuff. And then he encounters different people and, you know, zombie type creatures and things like that along his travels. And it's really fucking interesting. It's definitely not for if you're religious. It's definitely not for people like that to do, because there's like these hillbillies that fuck a chicken, and
Jesus.
it's really fucked up. It's definitely not. And so when I heard AMC was taking it on, I kind of was like, that's a hard subject to fucking bring to.
Are they going that route though? Because I watched the trailer and it seemed more like a regular guy.
Does not seem like that. It seems like a preacher that is down on his luck. But then I read, I prior to this, because I wanted to talk about this, because the trailer seems different. It seems like a preacher that's like an ex whatever, and now he's a preacher, and now he like does things even though he has like the shitty past, and he's like, if you go down this route. But then if you watch the trailer and you watch certain scenes from it, there's some weird imagery. And then second off, I read the synopsis
Break
on
it down for us.
What?
I was just say break down. You're gonna break down the trailer and mention.
I can't.
In particular?
No, there's like certain scenes during this like quick flash moments where it's like shows this guy almost like looks like he's missing his eyeballs or something, or bleeding from them or something. So, and then there's this one dude in it that seems really psychopathic. And I know there's a character that follows the preacher around that's like a gunslinger from hell. Yeah. And so like there's almost like, it almost seems like it could go that route. And when I went on IMDb, it said that there is these same elements, but I don't know if someone just posted on IMDb saying, hey, this is the story of the comic book, or this is the actual story of the show.
Yeah.
But if AMC
did divert heavily from the main story arcs in The Walking Dead, a lot of the same characters and stuff and locations.
But what I really applaud AMC for is their brutality in The Walking Dead. They showed a lot that normal TV wouldn't show, or like this little girl gets bitten and then they have to kill her. I know that's not really like, oh my gosh, but if you think, it's a little girl that died and then they shoot her again. Yeah.
Right.
That it's not like really shocking, but the imagery and whatnot of that is, if you're flipping by it, it's not something that some people would deem TV worthy.
Yeah.
So I was really having some high hopes that because Preacher's such a touchy subject, because it could turn a lot of viewers off. You know,
just because of the religious aspects of it.
Yes, only because of the religious aspects. Because they make a lot of in the comic books or in the graphic novel, they make a lot of. It's between I would say action horror to just comedy. You know.
Yeah.
But it makes a lot of jokes, and it could
at the expense of religion.
Yes. I mean, it's taking the lore of Christianity and flipping it on its head. I wouldn't even say it's mocking Christianity. I wouldn't say that at all. It's just taking a different story arc of God and everything like that.
Like Dogma.
Yeah, like Dogma, and you know how many people love Dogma.
It's also a cult classic.
I mean by Christians though.
Does Preacher take place in a small town like what they showed? Was at least the area right? Like
basically, like he gets possessed. His whole like congregation gets destroyed, and then he kind of roams. And it's not just in one location. He goes from area to area, and he ends up picking up people as he goes along, like certain people that follow him.
Like, I mean, does it always? It looks like from what I saw in the trailer, it looks like they were like in. Midwest America or something.
Yeah, the very beginning is more of like the beginning of the comic is more of like in a Texas type area.
Texas, yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody that's a Preacher fan. I haven't read it in a minute, so you'll have to forgive me.
It looks like he, what's the word I'm thinking of? A rural area kind of thing.
Yes, that's basically the beginning, because the very first villain, if I remember correctly, is a cowboy that's like from hell, that's immortal, that kind of chases him down.
Rider?
Yeah, no, not like with a flaming skull, but like an actual cowboy. You know, he has a cowboy hat and he's undead and he can't die.
Oh, I see. Do you think maybe why AMC...
And he's hunting him because he has this Genesis like gene inside him of the offspring of an angel and a devil.
Do you think that maybe AMC is doing all these other comics because other networks have sewn up the DC and Marvel main heroes?
I think AMC for a number of years now has been making really great creative choices, and I think that they have been buying series based on the creative capabilities of the crew that try to sell it, like Breaking Bad. Like that, they took a really big risk with Breaking Bad because it could have been a really shitty one series show that tried to do something and didn't really succeed. But instead, because of the creative forces behind it, Vince Gilligan and all the great art directors and writers on that show, it became a smash hit. And AMC, this might be one of those situations where AMC has hoisted itself on its own petard. You know, it's gotten so confident that it thinks it can just pull any vague, you know, cult comic book onto the screen and adapt it for network.
Well, if they're gonna go that route, then they need to fucking pick up Fables. Jesus fucking Christ! Will someone Fables? Yeah. Will someone pick up Fables? The video? No, it's a comic originally.
Okay, well,
and it's one of the best. No, it's one of the best comics. And if you are out there and you're like, I want to get into comics, fucking buy Fables.